Welcome back. People in Pajaro find themselves under a mountain of stress, working to put their lives and their homes back together. We now know when construction on the Pajaro River levee is set to start, yet time, we're learning, remains the biggest obstacle. Crossing the bridge from Watsonville into Pajaro, this was the warning notice that covered the welcome "Bienvenidos" to the town of Pajaro sign for weeks. More than a month after the levee breach, people are nowhere near recovering from the devastation left behind. Ángeles Alvarado says that when she factors in the boiler, the refrigerator, house items she lost, plus her hotel stay, her losses are likely adding up to $10,000.
They refuse to consider the land value that would be destroyed and how many of our people would be out of work while that land is down.
Judge and former supervisor John Phillips feels like one of his biggest accomplishments had been helping secure funding for the Pajaro River levee project. However, this year's storm in March would wash that away.
I flew back to Washington, D.C. maybe I think 3 times and met with the Army Corps of Engineers and worked with Jimmy Panetta, who did so much on it and everything. I mean, and we were so happy about getting it totally funded between the federal government and the state, and then this happened.
What happened in Pajaro was no surprise to the people who live here. The relentless rain had them voicing their fears and concerns surrounding the vulnerable infrastructure. A levee that has a history of breaching 5 times since it was completed in 1949. Clearly, it was inadequate for the weather patterns California was experiencing. The process in which funding for the federal waterway is prioritized considered outdated.
Tommy Williams, I work for the San Francisco District of the Army Corps.
And the Army Corps of Engineers is owning up to it.
We all fully recognize that is a flawed process. No one would deny that.
The way in which projects were evaluated for years depended on what's known as the benefit to cost ratio.
There have been different methods of evaluating what is a worthwhile investment with taxpayer funds. And for quite some time, the Army Corps relied very heavily on national economic development benefits, or NED benefits. And they would be quantified during our planning studies in a benefit cost ratio.
Communities with higher home values would take priority. Communities with inexpensive homes, like those in Pajaro, would be at the bottom of the list.
What does it cost to rebuild a house in Pajaro versus what does it cost to build one in Marin County if you had flooded there? And we couldn't compete. They didn't take in consideration the people.
Walking along the streets in Pajaro, you could see people have cleaned up their homes and there's no more debris along the streets. But it's expected that people in Pajaro are going to feel the impacts of the levee breach for months.
Perhaps an expensive home versus an inexpensive home is a meaningless component to things at the end of the day. And so we've placed a lot less weight on a high benefit cost ratio and rather more attention to an appreciation for comprehensive benefits. That's the approach with a project like this.
For the people of Pajaro, it's too late. And while there's now an influx of money towards the project, which has a construction start date of next summer, there's still anxiety over the storms between now and then. And just yesterday, we learned that final repairs on the major breaches that caused the flooding back in mid-March expected to begin this summer. Yet that's only considered patchwork. A system-wide levee construction project, again, won't start until next year. The entire process expected to take 5 to 10 years.